Hello, and thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I'm going to be doing the Capricorn energy reading. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not, especially since this is a general reading. All right, so we're going to be looking at what you may be struggling with. All right. So we have the Hangman. The Hangman, seeing things from, okay, definitely I feel like what you're, so we have the Seven of Pentacles, and then we have the Sun card. So these are the cards that came out. So I feel that with the Hangman and then the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like it's slowing down. I feel that what you're struggling with is it's almost like you have so much going on with yourself and your mind is going in so many different directions that you're having trouble with slowing down, that you're having trouble with, like you're feeling so overwhelmed that you're having trouble with the Sun card, you're having trouble with happiness, you're having trouble with trying to find that happiness within yourself. And I feel that I almost feel like you are avoiding some things, and that's why you're keeping yourself busy, because if we don't want to deal with something, one of the mechanisms of dealing with it is to keep yourself busy and not think about it. But really, it's always in the back of your mind. And it's just kind of there as like a little voice and a little whisper, and it's like, you know, you still have this problem back here, you still have this thing that you're thinking on, and you still have this unhappiness, and you still have this struggle going on within yourself. And I feel like you're having trouble like slowing things down. And it may be that you're not ready to deal with things. It may be that, but I kind of feel like you are, because I feel like this message is coming out because it's to say, you know what, you're having trouble doing this, but it's also like you're also masking this Sun card, and you're also masking your happiness. And maybe it's something that, of course, you have to do what you feel is right for you. I'm not telling you what you have to do, but sometimes it's like we have to just really look within and say, what is truly bothering me? What is truly holding me back from this Sun card? What is holding me back from dealing with this situation? So advice from the tarot is the Chariot. And of course, I'm not surprised. And I almost feel like with this, the way this card has come up, it's like, even though it may seem chaotic moving forward, you're still feeling like you are in control of the situation. And I feel like the message from the tarot is that if you have something that you are dealing with, that when you take control of the situation, when you say, okay, this is what's bothering me, this is what's on my mind, this is what I'm struggling with, but it's controlling you because you keep thinking about it, and it may be affecting your day-to-day mood, it may be affecting your day-to-day relationships, and that it's probably affecting you more than what you realize. And the tarot is saying, hey, take control of the situation and really look at it. And that was the energy that I was feeling from the beginning of the reading. And that's why I was saying is that I feel like it's, like I said, if you're ready to deal with it, and I feel like the person that this reading resonates for is this person, you are ready to deal with it. And this is just a confirmation from the tarot saying, yeah, like it may be chaotic around you, but at least if you feel that you're on top of the situation and you're controlling the situation and you're dealing with it and you're working through it, that you have control of the situation, that you're not letting that situation control you and affecting you. We also have the Judgment card, which is a message is trying to get through to you. An awakening. So advice from the tarot is we have two major cards here, and this is an awakening and on how you approach situations. And then we have, take hold of the situations, especially with that Knight of Wands there, and I just love how like strongly he's holding on to the wand, and it's just like, hold on tight. Hold on tight, but dealing with this situation on your terms, right? It's about feeling like if there's a situation that's bothering you, and kind of saying, I'm going to deal with it on my terms. It's going to be the way that I feel that I have the most control of the situation. And taking actions with the situation. If you just let it sit there and brew, it's just going to become bigger and bigger. And it's just going to finally get to the point until you explode. So if it has to do with a person and something that they're doing or the way that they're behaving or something that's going on with them that has bothered you, like they've done something and they've like rubbed you the wrong way, or they've done something to hurt you, that if instead of you just backing away and say, I don't want to create a rift, I don't want to create a problem, your feelings are valid, your feelings are important, especially if it's something that you truly care about, it's something that you're still hanging on to, then it's something that's bothering you. Because if it wasn't bothering you and you're like, oh, okay, that person did that and it kind of irritated me, and then you're able to move on, then you're okay with it. It didn't really bother you. But if it's something that you're holding on to, that I feel like it's something that needs to be addressed because it's something that's important to you. And don't cut yourself short and say, oh, well, my feelings really aren't that important, and that person might get upset. Well, so what? Then the person gets upset. Then you really see who that person is. And if that person wants to work through the situation with you, if the person is like, oh, I'm so sorry that I upset you, I didn't mean to do it, then that's a person that you want to have in your life. And if it's a person that makes you feel guilty for feeling the way that you feel, then that's a person that you have to adjust and say, okay, do I really want to have this person in my life? And I feel like if you're able to control the situation, what I feel the advice from the tarot was with this Chariot, is if you're able to say, okay, realize, okay, this is a situation and this is what's bothering me, so how am I going to confront it? So if it's having that conversation with that person, is it, hey, let's pull some time aside and let's sit down and talk, or writing a letter, or I wouldn't say a text message is good because I feel that people can take things the wrong way. So I feel like it's either having a conversation in person or writing it down for yourself and then handing that person that letter, and then giving them time to process it. It's all about timing. It's about, okay, making sure that this person, if they're having a really bad day, don't be confronting them, because I feel like it's going to create more friction. Or it's, if you're not happy with your job, or you're not happy with your living situation, or whatever going on with you, confront it and sit down and say, you know what, I'm really not happy with my job. I feel like this is not fulfilling. I feel like this is not what I want to be doing. And what is it that I would like to do? And what is it that I want to change? And start researching that and start looking into that and maybe getting that resume ready. Or, if it's your living space, well, where do you want to live and what do you want to change? Really looking within. So I feel like with that, hangman, it's really looking within and saying, what's truly the root of the problem that's bothering you? Is it something from your past that you've never really processed? Did somebody that's no longer in your life, or did they do something to upset you, and you feel like it keeps coming forward, and that it's addressing that. And it's taking hold of the situation and facing that and processing those feelings. Sometimes I feel like too many times we ignore those signs, we ignore those feelings because we're like, oh, I don't want to deal with it. And yeah, there are times where it's like, okay, now's not a good time. But then it's like, if it keeps bothering you and it's affecting your daily life, that I feel like it's something that you need to confront. So future energies is the Seven of Wands, and I feel like that's being able to stand up for yourself, even though this challenge is right before you, but you feel confident in yourself and you say, you know what, this is really something that I have to deal with. This is something that I have to confront. This is something that I have to, because when you're able to work through it and let it go, it's just like this huge weight is like lifted off your shoulders. not letting what other people's opinions, yes, it's important to care about the people that are around us, and no, we don't want to hurt people's feelings, but we also don't want to always hold ourselves back and not validate how we feel. Again, like I said, that if it's a conversation with a person and if they take it as, I'm so sorry, like I didn't mean it that way, or they want to work through it with you, then that's a conversation that was important for you to have and a relationship that if you want to keep moving forward with, versus somebody that throws it back in your face and makes you feel guilty for it. So, and then we have creating that community around yourself. So we had the 7 of Wands, and then we had the 5 of Swords, and then we had the 3 of Cups. So this is the energy that's coming in for you, is you have to be able to stand up for yourself and not let what other people think or say bother you and hold you back from how you feel, but to create that. And also I feel like this goes with creating that community around you that you feel is supportive, right? Having that community, that's the most important thing. Whether it's one person or it's 10 people or whatever it is, it's having that supportive community around you, that when you're struggling, that you know that these are people that you want to have in your life that are there to support you, and that you can have those conversations with, that if there's something that comes up, that you're willing to work through that. And then the overall energy, it's new beginnings with this Page of Pentacles, and I feel like it's working towards a sturdier foundation around yourself. For some reason, I just feel like it's the people that you have around yourself. I just feel like you're holding yourself back about being able to express yourself, and just kind of seeing how we have to step up to the plate, and we have to make the changes within our own life. If you're not happy with something, then change it, right? And if you want change, then be changed. Stop waiting for other people to change the way they are acting. You have to change who you let in your life and who you want to be around. That's what I feel is like making those changes. All right, let's grab an animal oracle here. We have Hummingbird Spirit, be here now. In this moment right now, not in the past, not in the future, but in this moment right now, how are you feeling? What's bothering you? What do you need to work on? What do you feel you need is bubbling below the surface and that needs to be confronted? How are you feeling? Be honest with yourself, right? Be honest. Speak your truth. Okay? Speak your truth, and don't feel guilty about speaking your truth. Speak your truth to yourself. And that's what I've done, and that's what I did, even just like the other night, is I spoke my truth about something, and it was just to myself, and I was like, you know what, I really need to, speak truthfully about what it is that I want in my life, and where I want to go with my life, and what I want to have happen in my life, and to not feel guilty about, it's just like, it was so freeing. It was like, this is really how I feel about this situation. And not feeling guilty about it. Especially if you're the type of person that you've always been a people pleaser, and you've always worried so much about how other people are going to react and how other people are going to feel about things. And that's been me my whole life, has been a people pleaser. And that's kind of like having 2 narcissistic parents, that's what you are kind of brought up to, like, you have to be a people pleaser. Like, it was always about pleasing my mother and my father. It was never about them doing things for me. And like, when I would speak up about things and I would say, hey, this is what I would really like to do, then it was just him convincing me that, no, you don't really want to do that. Like, your feelings aren't valid. What you want to do is not valid. So it's just like, for me, that was definitely how I led most of my life. And so I'm learning now it's about pleasing myself first, like saying what's important to me, what makes me happy, and to not feel guilty about it. So especially if you're a people pleaser, that there's a tendency that you're always thinking about the other person and you're always wanting to make them happy. And you know what? You can never make them happy enough. They always want more. Like, it's always like, it never seems like it's enough. So it's like finding within yourself, like, it's enough for you, like just finding within yourself what makes you happy, and then surrounding yourself with the community that appreciates and loves that. We have effort, conquering your demons. So definitely I feel like that goes with this reading, is conquering your demons. And if your demon being a people pleaser and always worrying so much about what other people think and what other people do. For me, I would definitely say the last week I've been on a very strong spiritual journey, and I've just kind of kept to myself. And I've been processing and working through a lot of things. I've been out on my patio at like 4 a.m, and I've been just really finding myself, and it's really been so amazing. And this is what I needed. And, you know, it's like, this is what I needed to do for me in order to, and I still feel like I'm still on that, and I'm still going through things. But the people that, you know, care about you, like, they understand, like, oh, like, you haven't been contacting me as much. And, you know, what you're able to say, well, I've been kind of on this spiritual journey and just kind of looking within myself and working on myself. And they're okay. They're like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, like, they understand that. So I feel like it's taking that time to yourself to conquer those demons and say, what do I really want, right? Looking at things from a different perspective and saying, this negativity is affecting me, this challenge is affecting me, and it's time to confront that. Especially, like I said, with the advice from the tarot, with that chariot there, is even though it may seem chaotic, it's like you're driving the chariot, like you're controlling it. You're doing it at a space and a speed that you feel is right for you, but you're also working through it. And sometimes, like, which definitely, like, where it seems the most chaotic is where you have the breakthroughs, where you have the realizations. And that's definitely what's worked for me, is like, when it seems the most chaotic and I feel like I've had all these emotions and these feelings and I'm asking myself all these questions and I feel like I'm really struggling, it's like, that's when I'm really able to speak my truth and really say how I feel. And it's like, it seems chaotic, but it's like, oh, it's like having those realizations. Okay, like, this is how I want it to be. This is what I want. We have breathe and we have replenish. I feel like it's taking that time to, sometimes it's just taking that time to breathe and to feel calm and to feel relaxed. And because I feel like you've been going. I feel like you, again, like, that was the energy that I was feeling in the beginning, is like you're trying to keep yourself so busy, like you're exhausting yourself. And when you're exhausted and you're tired, things definitely seem amplified, and they seem like it's so much more of a challenge. And I feel like when you have all this chaos going on, that you're really not able to listen to that inner voice, and you're not able to connect with yourself. All right, let's grab a wisdom of the oracle. We have Treasure Island. So we have the turtle. I feel like it's slow, steady progress works towards that treasure, right? Toward those. Treasure doesn't have to be something that is materialistic. I feel like finding out what makes you happy, having that smile on your face, feeling motivated and happy to get through the day. Like, I feel like that's a treasure, right? Those emotional feelings where you feel peacefulness, where you feel happiness, where you feel like you're losing the anxiety, you're losing the worry, you're losing the stress, you're letting that go, or you're able to handle that. I feel like that's a treasure. I feel like that's like the biggest treasure ever, is being able to find that peacefulness within yourself and being able to find that comfort within yourself and know that you're on that journey to bring those rewards in for yourself and surrounding yourself with those things that make you happy, that give you a sense of, you don't always have to be like, it's just a feeling of contentment. I feel like that's what it is. Let's see, we have power, so that is the strength card. So giving yourself that power, take that, that's what I was saying from the very beginning, is something is taking your power away, like with that sun card where what you're struggling with, is something is taking your power away. Regain that power. Take your power back. Take control of the situation. Don't let the situation control you. And of course, I wanted another card. So we have disruption and the Tower. And as I've said many times before, is I like the Tower because I feel like the Tower represents something that needs to be taken down, something that needs to be something that needs to be addressed, like facing the reality of the situation. And that when we have this disruption, and like I was saying earlier, is that that's when I feel like I seem to learn the most about myself. And it's like when you're going through those changes and those challenges and there's this chaos going around with the Chariot card and you feel like everything is disrupted, I feel like that's when when the dust settles, like you're really able to see what's going on within yourself and what it is that you have to restructure, what is it that you have to face. But feeling that you're in your own power and saying, okay, I've created, that's what I've said before, is like you have to create this Tower moment, because you're like, okay, I have to stir things up. I really have to face things and I have to deal with things and have these conversations, or realize this job is not what I want to do, or where I'm living is not what I want to do, or like I have to start stepping up to the plate for myself to make changes in my life. I have to start doing those things. I have to start paying more attention as to where am I putting my attention and my focus, and what am I surrounding myself with, right? Surrounding yourself with things that make you feel happy, make you feel motivated, make you feel that comfort within yourself. And taking back your tower, taking back your power with the Tower. Right? Just have fun with it. Just have fun. You know what I mean? I feel like definitely with Capricorns, like we take life too seriously. My Capricorn sun and a Capricorn rising. And again, take what resonates, leave what does not. I just feel like for me being a Capricorn, like I just took life too seriously. And it's just like, have fun with things. Don't worry about it. If people don't like what you're doing or you're saying, then you don't need those people in your life. You know what I mean? It's like spread happiness, spread joy, right? Put that out there. And when you do that and you're true to yourself and you connect back with the people that appreciate you and like understand you, and you move away from the people that, you know, are trying to be negative in the situations that are negative. So just something to think about. All right. So again, I just wanted to say that if you're looking for some gifts for yourself, I absolutely love these crystal bracelets. You know how I love my crystals. There is a coupon code down below for Otter Spirit if you want to get your own bracelets, or if you would love to get some flowers with the beautiful Rose Forever, the hydrangeas with the holidays coming up. Maybe like you're going to a holiday get together and you're not really sure what to bring. This is definitely Rose Forever has so many amazing gifts if you want to bring those. And like, instead of bringing flowers where they're not going to last very long, you can bring flowers that are always going to be there, that they'll be able to decorate their house with and always have. So that's like, they're always looking beautiful and fresh. And I just feel like that's a great thing to have, and always bringing that happiness either into your life or to a gift that you're giving. All right. I hope you have an amazing day, and thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I hope this has helped you in some way. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.